one hell of an intro, isn't it? Gotta love it. Whew! Alright, let's get into this. Hi everybody! Welcome back to another stream of Metal Gear Solid 2. We're actually starting the game this time. Because everything up to this point has been the prologue, which I just finished actually. For those watching this, the actual broadcast, this is the same video for you. But I'm introing this like it's a separate video because that's how it's going to be on YouTube. Wow, that doesn't take a lot of time. I was about to hit start too. I literally hit start right as it did that, so I was apparently a split second too late. But yeah, when we first start, I'm going to mute my mic for a second during the intro and just check to make sure the audio for the codec calls is actually going through. Because what I noticed when we did the intro during the first part of the prologue, where I totally forgot to actually read the previous story and all that, there's a common issue with this version of the game, the HD Legacy Collection of Metal Gear Solid 2, where the audio for the codec calls does not go through for some people. For me, it went through just fine. It was going to the TV. But for a lot of other people, it doesn't. And apparently for Streamlabs, I don't know if it's to do with my capture card or the HDMI cables and the way they're hooked up, it was not going through. So if you look back at the prologue part 1, when I actually started trying to play the game, you'll see that I'm commenting on what Snake and Otacon are saying to each other, and they're not, you guys can't hear anything of what they're saying, but I was able to hear everything just fine. A simple fix for this, for those of you out there who are familiar with this problem and have never found a way to actually fix it, aside from switching to optical cables, I can show you right now actually. At least this worked for me, but again, I'm still going to mute my microphone and check the audio. And the desktop audio, I'll mute that too so you guys don't hear an echo. But when we start, I'm going to do that too so that so I can see if it's actually going through. Otherwise, you guys are not going to hear anything of the codec calls, and the codec calls are literally 95% of the story. I'm not even kidding about that. So if you're having that issue, this very common issue with Metal Gear Solid 2 in the HD Legacy Collection, this is how you fix it. If you don't want to have to switch back to fucking, old-ass AV cables like this, and you want to use your HDMI, but you're sick and tired of not being able to hear the codec calls, go here. If you hit automatic, this is the output format. Linear PCM2 channel 44.1 kHz and 48 kHz are on by default. If you want to actually hear the codec calls, or if, in my case, if you want it to go through to your streaming software on your computer, you hit manual. And those two that you just saw are automatically on by default, right there. Like that. But then you also hit this one. Just this one right here. 88.2 kHz. It'll say if the device is in use does not support the frequency selected, the speakers may become damaged. It scared the shit out of me at first, but I had to try something to try and fix it, and luckily this worked. If this didn't work, I was going to go down the list checking every single one, turning them all on until hopefully something worked, and if not, I was going to switch back to AV cables and the stream quality would be shit for the game. But so yeah, these are my settings, for anyone curious. If you have these settings, you will hear the codec call audio. I tested it a few days ago. This is going to be our second test, actually live on stream. Hopefully it works, so we can just start the fucking game and go. So, let's do it. Spoilers in that description. Don't read it if you don't want to know what's going to happen. Also, my webcam box is a little slow, or a little small. It's just because I don't want to cover up, just like in the first game with Metal Gear Solid 1, both versions that we played. I don't want my webcam covering up, even partially, the faces of people on codec calls with Snake. So. This will be my first time playing this version of the game. I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty at all, even the original PS2 version, in more than 10 years. It's been forever since I played this. Anchor plant, I guess. Very easy for beginners. Easy for non-action experts. Normal, standard difficulty level. Hard for confident players. That's us, we're Giga Chads. Let's do this. Oh fuck, I don't have that on my soundboard. I was gonna play a certain sound effect I thought I had. But yeah, I'm obviously bullshitting. I'm too casual for that shit. I'm I'm not a Giga Chad, sadly. Radar until appears even during intrusion view. Right. That's what I prefer. Oh shit, we're going in just like that. Alright, here we go. The story is fictional, and in all similarities to characters, groups, or other entities in real life are coincidental. I like how they have to include that. There's a reason they
the
say
Hudson
that.
River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
George Washington Bridge. I said this during the prologue too, but the graphics are so different from how I remember them. Because, you know, on PS2, with AV cables, and without the upscaling they did to HD for this remaster, it was so blurry. Like, I believe there was a lot of... They intentionally had trails, a trails effect they call it. It's like an intentional motion blur they would put in to try and cover up dropped frames. And it made everything look so hazy and ugly. But back then it was a pretty standard thing for most PS2 games. Even Grand Theft Auto games had that by default. You could turn it off. I only found that out much later when I replayed those games as an adult. And it's so much better. Because god, the haziness that comes from the trails effect was horrible. I don't think you could turn that off in this game. But in this game it wasn't as bad as like a lot of the PS2 GTA games. But yeah, that effect is completely gone now. The graphics are all upscaled, but it also now shows, because they don't have that effect, that everything is not as polished as our rose-tinted nostalgia goggles would have us believe. You know, our memories have warped of this classic game from way back in our childhood. Or teen years, more appropriately for me. So you might look at this and be like, Jesus, this is HD, it looks so old and outdated. Looks like, yeah, all they did was upscale the graphics a little bit, they didn't remake the game. It's not the same as a remake. You'll notice that in some of the character models, especially in codec calls, they'll look a little weird. Because of the graphical changes, you know? Okay, I'm gonna mute pretty soon here, because when a certain someone talks in just a minute or two, I need to see if the audio is going through. What the hell happened to the camo, man?
Our boy is right on schedule. He'll know soon enough.
So far so good. Now the moment of truth, the codec calls.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
What Otacon
I'm
said,
at
loud
the
and
sneak
clear.
point.
Everything going okay?
And the stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right.
Privacy guaranteed?
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering
Fox
man.
die?
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? Get a message from me. Someone will find out.
Sorry about
sooner
that.
or later.
Still messing
She's
with the
better
monitoring
off
settings.
assuming it sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
Damn it, the codec call went away, but that's how I was moving them right now. Their character
The
moves.
mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body is hit. We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head. As for the equipment... Hey, Snake, cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you? Here's the digital camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please. I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper. What? Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry. What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon, how many men do you need to take take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS 74U. Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair. I'm transmitting a photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. K-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
They're still talking shop to me right now.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it. 140.96. Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
So I'm glad that the audio for the codec is going through now finally, for you guys. But I will say, I don't know how it sounds exactly volume level wise, but for me, codec calls are like dramatically quieter than dialogue outside of it. Like even when it switched to when we were seeing everything happen, Otacon was much louder there than he was just now when they were talking in the codec stream. Super quiet. We still got the AP sensor. Highly addictive and hazardous to your health. That's it. Non-lethal weapons. That's fine. You guys have lethal ones. Hold. Can you still check bodies? I forgot how to do it. Oops. Did not know you could do that, and I did not want to. That was kind of scary. I was like, did I just kill myself? No. Wait. Oh, there we go. You have to push square. Okay. There we go. Like riding a bike. Of course, I'm not on the GameCube controller anymore, but it's mostly the same. It mostly feels the same right now. I'm intuitively hitting all the right buttons to do what I want to do. Hold on, Otacon. So I said this in the first part of the prologue too, when I played a little bit there too. I mean, we just read the whole prologue and everything. We saw the events that happened, like, shortly after Shadow Moses and all that. But outside of Snake's little intro, talking about being here in New York City, the Hudson River, we have no context for why the hell they're here and why they're doing this. All we know is that Snake and Otacon joined a group called Philanthropy, and that's it. But, like, what happened to Meryl? The prologue confirmed that that was the canon ending, and Otacon obviously just gave Snake the stealth camo, which conveniently broke as soon as we landed here, so we can't use it. But it's like, what? Weren't Meryl and Snake gonna try to start like a whole new life together? I'm not sure if he's coming this way. At least that's how the ending, you know, of the first game went, right? Shit, I don't know if he's gonna turn around. How far does he come? He's still coming. He's still coming, bro. So it's like intentionally less mysterious is what I was gonna say. About why Snake is actually like, why Snake and Otacon are here. Uh-oh.
Freeze. Move!
More! How do you... No.
Please don't.
As soon as I turn him with his nuts. Ah! There we go. The dog tags. Stephen M. Driver. Oh, Stephen? The dog tags are mine now. Anyway, yeah, sorry, that kind of kept me from what I was saying, but you got the gist of it. Like, Snake and Meryl were supposedly going to start like a whole new life together, and now he's here with Otacon doing this instead, and Meryl is nowhere to be found. And so I think, you know, it's because they wanted to, the way the previous game ended, especially with the post-credit scene, was like they wanted to leave it open for a sequel, but since they weren't sure if they were actually going to make a sequel, they also had to give it like a feel-good ending. That kind of gives closure, right? But since they did end up making a sequel, now it's like, well, now what do we do? Well, let's make Snake and Otacon do this now. And what about Meryl? Who the fuck knows? We'll deal with that later. You know what I mean? It's a little weird, but... Hold on, where's he going? I might be able to just land right here. Pressure-sensitive controls.
Freeze.
Yeah, if you release Square very slowly...
Don't kill me.
Don't kill me! Don't worry, don't worry. It's not lethal, buddy. You'll be fine. Momi Natsu. Are these... These names don't sound Russian. What's up, dude? Oh my god, loading.
Snake, go through that door into the ship's interior. Push the action button down in front of the door and wait until the door opens before letting go.
I see.
If you need to open the door faster, hit the action button repeatedly while you turn the handle.
No way.
Make sure you keep doing it until the door's open.
No way.
Something else I previewed during the prologue. If you push R2, you can hear Snake's thoughts on the conversation. Really, it's just random ad-libs. He doesn't actually comment anything relevant to what they're saying. He just says stupid shit like that over and over. Like how he kept saying no way. It's just one of those things where, and I mentioned this last time too, it's just kind of a random funny little thing you can do just to entertain yourself if you're bored rewatching a cutscene and choose not to skip it. You just want to dick around a little bit. Like I said in the prologue, there's a lot of things in these games where they're just made for that. Little things like that are just made for you to just dick around for the sake of dicking around, and that's it. Just to have fun. Just to have fun with replaying the game, you know? Anyway, so yeah, hold on, before we go in though, I think I'll go in through here. Let me save it though. See what he says.
Do you want to save, Snake? Snake, you of course know the saying, one for all for one?
What is this all of a sudden?
Oh, I figured you'd need a lot of motivation, so I came prepared. It's from the Three Musketeers. The book, not the candy bar. Anyway, it means that if you go up against everyone by yourself, they'll gang up on you too, I think. Since you're on your own on that ship, you need to take this to heart and avoid confrontations. How was that? Just like the old days, huh?
almost reminds me of Mei Ling. But you sure you got it right?
Of course. And I'll teach you a lot more of these. You can count on it.
Great.
So, like always, there's plenty of Easter eggs in this game, just like there was in the first one. One of them is saving the game over and over. A certain something will happen after Otacon says enough of those sayings and then fucks up their meaning like he did just now. It is not what one for all and all for one means at all. But there's also a few others, a few other Easter eggs that I'll be sort of trying to get. I might not get them all, but the most interesting ones I took a picture of on GameFAQs, so. Because some of them are New Game Plus, you need the camera that they give you. Okay. Yeah, I took a picture of the most relevant Easter eggs that I wanted to see. Some of them are not until later in the game, too. Not a whole lot, though. Yeah, I reviewed them. Alright, let's do this. I like how you come in dripping wet. The realism! People freaked out over small details like that back in the day. This is a very good remaster, though, I gotta say. The graphics are pretty fucking well done. Well, this is the other door I could have come in by, I think. Yeah, this one. Oh shit.
Snake, there's a surveillance camera in place. Once you're in its field of view, an alarm will go off. You can't afford to be seen. You can also use the chaff grenade to set up some electronic interference. The camera will be ineffective for a while. There's a blind spot right beneath the camera. Use it to buy some time.
No way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay really close attention to the area names so I don't miss this Easter egg that I'm going for. This is crew's quarters, okay.
Freeze.
Crew's lounge. What do we got in here? Dude's blind as a bat. I love the noises. I like the voice ad libs for the enemies and the extras in this game a little bit better than MGS1 and the Twin Snakes. Maybe it's just the Russian accent that does it for me. I don't know what it is, but like, it just sounds funny. Okay, I went up those stairs and went back down, but I couldn't do anything. I remember that. Where did this lead? Starboard. Oh! I get it. This is that other room. The one with the security camera he mentioned, but I'm on the other side. Lots of different ways to go in and out of these places. So let me see. So it still falls in just like in the other game.
Freeze.
The gas. Damn.
What? Look at this dude. No.
It's like, dude, what the hell?
It's rewind time.
You just put it back like nothing happened. Is that it then? Okay. Funny way of letting you know that door's unlocked. That door's locked. Alright, back the way we came, I guess. Another save. I have to do like 12 of these, so. For one of the Easter eggs.
Time to save? Okay, there's a saying that goes, even a bird on high dies a glutton's death, as do the fish of the deeps. The lesson is, don't be greedy. The fish that belonged to a family called the Deeps died from overfeeding, and so did a bird that got high on something, probably fermented fruit.
Okay, if you say so.
I do, Snake. Don't take unnecessary risks just because you're greedy for more items. Remember the Deep family's fish.
Oh, shit!
I don't think that's what that meant, but still a good lesson anyway. I don't know what that saying actually means. But yeah, that's Mei Ling did say, at least, you know, Mei Ling did at one point tell us not to take unnecessary risks. Shit, this guy's awake again. But he's not moving. He's just chilling now. He's listening to music. He's just like, you won't hear us then. I thought if you got close enough, you could hear the music a little bit, but I don't hear anything. Okay, I should mention this. If you're collecting dog tags, this counts as a completely different guard from the one I took out earlier. When I first came in from upstairs. Well, from down there, up here. Up these stairs right here. This is a different guard. So you have to stick him up and take his dog tags too after you get the other ones. It's not the same guy. That's why he's up and listening to music, and the other one is just gone. I think that one you only have one chance to get a dog tag. So once you leave the room and come back, he's replaced permanently by this guy, and you can't get that guy's dog tags anymore. I remember that. I was a dog tag collector, as I replayed the games back then a lot, and I chose to do that, and so I know these things. I still remember. Oh. That door does open. I think if you go down the up or down these steps too fast, he will hear you, so I'm not sure about that though. Why is he covered in flies? Does he smell bad?
Freeze.
Whatever. Get the USP first. Make another save once we're getting the hell out of here. Go this way. Okay, it opens.
Oh, you need to save? Just a second. Another Chinese proverb. Those who look to the heavens prosper. Those who defy it are no more. Do you know this one? The meaning here is, hold on a sec, that you can only survive as long as you're a part of the natural order of things. You remember pre-ripped jeans? Manufacturers thought that just because people loved old, broken-in jeans, they would want to buy new jeans that looked old. So they purposefully...
What do jeans have to do with nature and order?
Denim should fray and rip on its own, naturally, right? Some designers tried to go against that and no one bought them. The earnings report from that fiscal year is enough of a proof.
Earnings?
It's like, this guy, I think this guy's full of shit.
Dude, bullshit.
Basically. Yeah, he is full of shit, but that doesn't sound anything like what that was meant to say at all, that Chinese proverb. But, he is right about what he said, though. There was a year where they did do that. They did try to sell ripped jeans already ripped because they thought it was a fad that people caught on to. But no, it's just people like the jeans to rip on their own and then keep wearing them like that, and that in itself made it, like, comforting for people. It's like, almost like they knew the history of their own jeans because of where they ripped and how they ripped the way they did. So yeah, people didn't buy them like that, no. But they did actually try to do that. Like what Otacon said right now is true. That did happen. I held in here. That probably leads outside into the rain again. Yeah, oh, I see where we are. We're back here again. Yeah, that will lead back outside. Alright. Lock. Swing in a big ass circle. Get the hell out of here. Tranquilizer darts cannot disable Camus. You need an actual lethal weapon for that. Look at this beast of a man, right? Got the rugged beard and everything. Remember, he didn't actually have a beard in the first game, though. Also, did you notice he let his hair grow back out a little bit? Liquid's not around. He's letting it kind of hang out a little bit. He's almost got the mullet going, kind of. You can see it better from here, actually. Yeah. It's like past his neck. Almost down to, like, shoulder length, basically. Alright, so I got 2 ways to go here. See what's over here. I have 1 way to go. This was just... Okay. Can I ever tell when I go up or downstairs if it's gonna take me to a different area like that? Like it's gonna be a zone change? So I just came back to save here. I'm trying to save between each zone so we can hear all the proverbs.
Oh, Snake, you want to save? Hey, Snake, what's hardest won, most easily lost? It's time, get it? Amazing how relevant these Chinese proverbs still are. Once the moment's gone, it's gone. Except for daylight savings time, of course. That extra hour to do anything you like with every autumn. Gotta love it. Then again, you lose an hour every spring, so I guess the proverbs are right. Wow, they thought of everything.
Did they even have daylight savings back then?
Of course not. They knew how to save time. We're the ones that need to be tricked into it. You see, the moment never returns, Snake. Let's not waste it on idle questions.
Okay.
He's so full of shit, dude. Isn't that what he's talking about? You know this Otacon's hair is like brown now too? It was more like black and actually a little gray in the first game. It kind of changed his appearance a little bit. Like his genetics magically changed. I was gonna say that poor fool's asleep. No, they slit his throat. There's blood coming out of his throat right there. That is still a thing.
Snake, wait! Don't move!
What?
Look at the walls on both sides of the hall.
I see something. Infrared sensors?
Right, and they're linked to...
Let me guess. Semtex.
Exactly. Plastic explosives. If you trip the sensors...
I'll be sleeping with the fishes, along with this entire ship.
That sounds about right. There aren't that many infrared beams. Maybe you can get past those without setting off the explosives. If you need to see exactly where the beams are, you can use the usual method. There's a fire extinguisher over there. Break it open and try scattering some of the extinguishing chemicals.
Or use cigarettes. I'll lose some health, but why not? Why not show it off a little, right? Although I wonder if that guy will be able to smell it though. See? I want to see the lasers disappear. Okay, that's gradual. Why the hell would you do this? Oh, thank God there's a dedicated pause button this time. You don't have to pull up the codec menu every time. Why would you set up a trip sensor so that if one intruder fucks up and walks through there, the whole fucking ship blows up? When you and your men are all still here, invading the damn thing, trying to get to whatever the fuck the Marines are hiding on this thing, why the hell would you set this up? And especially if Ocelot's working with them. We saw him in that helicopter and he had the similar uniform, so we can assume he's probably with these guys. These Russian dudes. Why in the hell would you set this up? You know Snake's running around on there. Why would you set it up so that if Snake fucks up and hits this trip sensor here, you and your whole like crew of soldiers and everyone else on this ship is just dead. Over one little trap like this. What the hell? What, are they suicidal? What is this shit? Anyway, I still don't have the means to disable it. As you can see, there's a little thing there that you can shoot, just like in the Twin Snakes version of the first game, to disable the trip sensors. But I don't have a gun. I don't have a lethal gun yet, so I can't do that. So I can't go that way even if I wanted to. I forgot to change the options so that my first-person view is inverted. So that's why I keep going the wrong way. Shoot. The hell did he come from? Box. Cardboard box to transport perishable foods. I hope it matches the other boxes in this room. You can peek. I think he came in here to take a nap. Yeah, well, he pays attention. He has no idea there's an extra box in the room with him. What a fool.
Freeze.
I just love hearing them gasp before shooting them. I'm not trying to collect the dog tags, just fuck that. Collecting all the dog tags, or at least most of them, will give you the infinite ammo bandana for this chapter of the game. I don't really need it for what we're doing, so. It obstructs your vision to crouch down, so it's like you can't cheat and look over the counter if Snake can't do it. Finding all this USP ammo, I don't have the USP yet, whatever the hell it is. Guessing some kind of pistol. I do have this. Can I even go this way? I mean, there is no other way to go, is there? From what I just saw, this is the only way. Just gotta make sure he's not by the door like that before I try it. Let's see his pattern first. Whew. Okay. Shit. Thought the door was gonna open. Now he's gonna turn around and fuck off that way. I was afraid he'd turn around before I could get to him, so I was like, fuck it. Alright, I assume this is an area change, so we'll go ahead and save here.
You want to save, Snake?
Chinese have a saying. Those who are lost never question a path, and a drowning man doubts not the shallows. And it means that you need to make use of other people's help. Otherwise, you could be in trouble. If you're lost, you don't even know whether a road you come across is a right one. And, what's the difference between shallow and deep if you've already drowned, right? Anyway, the point is that help is always a good thing to accept. So make good use of the codec.
Look, this stuff seems nothing like what Mei Ling used to talk about.
Hey, she couldn't do better herself.
Ugh.
Shots fired, man. He's talking trash about Mei Ling now. That's a little fucked up.
You bastard!
Saying she couldn't do better. Poor Marines, man. They all got fucked.
So it is the Kasaka. Russian choppers.
Snake, did you find out where that ship is headed?
No, I'm looking at it. 35 degrees longitude, latitude around 58.
More than 500 miles off the coast of the Bermudas, out in the middle of the Atlantic. So the prototype is ready for solo testing. It's basically combat worthy. That area is outside the Second Fleet's operational range, too. It must be a standalone Marine Corps project, which means this prototype Metal Gear must be designed for independent deployment without any naval assistance. Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to go down to the holds and locate the actual metal... What?
I like how they both freaked out. They're like, oh shit. Oh right, this is probably an area change. Probably.
Time to save? Okay, see you, Snake.
Yeah, nothing to say. Probably because we're in the middle of a little cutscene sequence.
Shalashashka has landed. I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
Control room, communications and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, Once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot?
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it.
Are you sure you can trust him?
Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet.
I can see the moon, even in this storm, pale as
Death. I have a bad feeling about this
mission. You swore this to me, that you would leave the unit once the mission was complete.
Do not worry, this is a country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild?
You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Damn it.
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
We are nomads, wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans, so you shoot women too.
I'm a nomad too. What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss it.
He's gotta know she still has another pistol
Not
back
there. Toss it overboard. Hold that position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing. It stopped raining. Not too shabby, is it? New York, I mean.
One of those ballistic knives. That's pretty cool.
And that brings our tour to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot of mine. But no one gets lucky twice, either.
Oh shit, the white fade out just like in FF14, it's a boss fight. I like how they both do that actually. The white fade out.
Snake, you're not the only one with a gun. If you don't take cover, you'll get hurt. Hide behind something. She may be hiding too, but you have a clear shot whenever she decides to attack. Use the first-person view attack.
Did he just call it the first-person view attack? What the fuck? This is where they want to show that off though. Because that wasn't a feature in the original.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my life, my family. We share everything, all the bad and all the good. I have no one, nothing except the unit. Nothing else matters to me.
I actually got it?
Whoever you are, you're not stopping us.
Light. That's what they want me to do. Shit, where the fuck did he go? Ah, shit! Damn it. Thought she peeked out more. Damn iframes. Great, she gave herself more cover. Damn it! I released squares just a split second too late. Although I will say this firefight is a little bit more better designed than the one with Ocelot in the first game. I don't know. Damn it! There we go. Sleep, darling. Get tranquilized. Lights out, yeah. Nice trophy. Yeah, it's probably a good thing we didn't have a lethal weapon before this point. I mean, we do now. We got hers. But, you know, because she was... From that radio call, we could infer that she was pregnant. Is pregnant, so... That would leave a pretty bad taste in our mouth if we had, you know, fired a lethal weapon out of knowing that. Hey! That motherfucker just took a picture of us.
Cypher.
Drones.
Otacon, the ship appears to be under their control. The men have Russian gear, but I haven't been able to find out anything else about their origin.
I know who they are.
You do?
We've ID'd the old man,
Who is he?
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Gerlukovich, one of Ocelot's allies.
Yeah, the GRU colonel. He's the one Ocelot was supposed to meet up with after Shadow Moses.
They're after Metal Gear.
Everything's changed. This is not going to be as simple as we thought.
You could say that. I saw a surveillance remote just now. It looked like the Cypher.
A Marine Cypher T?
No, Army.
First the Marines, then the Russians, now the Army?
You're right. This isn't gonna be simple.
Snake, there's something I have to tell you.
What?
We didn't dig up this info about the new Metal Gear on our own. Not like usual.
How did you find out then?
It was a tip. An anonymous tip.
Anonymous? You've never trusted those. Why would you start now?
I have a younger sister, a stepsister. We have different parents. I only knew her for 2 years.
You've never mentioned her before. So?
The sender of the tip was EE.
EE?
Her name is Emma, but I always call her EE.
Emma? Emmerich?
Yeah, it just caught my eye, you know? I figured it was a coincidence, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. There's really no one out there who knows about her.
When was the last time you saw her?
Over 10 years ago.
You think it's a trap to lure us out here?
I don't know. After I got the tip, I did break into the Pentagon system to get confirmation.
Okay.
Watch your back, Snake. Maybe I screwed up.
I've got a light-equipped USP. I can take them on now. There's no ammo, but it takes a 9mm, just like the Marines' M9. I'll find those somewhere around here.
Don't raise too much racket with that thing.
I hear you.
Like a shake, the plot has thickened. I think Otacon may have actually screwed up. Olga Gerlukovich. There we go. Sorry, milady. I just need your dog tags and some ammo. Yeah, this fight felt a little bit, you know, just a little bit more well designed than the Ocelot fight from the first game. From the game design perspective, I feel like it's a little better. No ammo. There's no ammo on this deck either. They intentionally do not want you to have the means to kill anyone. Well, she's not here anymore. Her body's gone. But they don't want you killing her. Because obviously that fucks up the story, but like I said, there's other moral reasons why they don't want that to happen either. So you can't get ammo until after you leave this area. Or at least that spot where her body was, where she was sleeping, because, you know, they don't want you to kill her. Cool. Alright, potentially the last save I'm gonna make, if I gotta go soon. Anything, Otacon?
Oh, you need to save? Just a second. Acquaintances agree, friends argue. And that's a straightforward one. The better friends you are, the more openly you can disagree with each other. So feel free to present a counterpoint if you don't agree with what I'm saying. Argue away.
Sure, all right.
Not a promising start. Okay, forget what I said. Just go along with my advice.
Anyway, I had my microphone down, I apologize. What I said during the save menus, you can actually see the date and time that I'm playing this. But it's not really that relevant anymore because I'm actually uploading these videos around the same time as I'm recording them. Well, for now, and on this channel anyway. Alright, let's see if he's got one more for us. Back inside. Oh, wait, hold on. Can't even check up here. Also, Gerlukovich's voice actor, he sounds familiar to me. I feel like he was in a few other PS2 games in the time era. This era, I guess, of video games. I don't know though. I feel like I heard him somewhere else before. He's just got one of those voices that sounds familiar. Like even without the Russian accent, of course. What the fuck is this? Thermal goggles. Oh, hell yeah. You can look out over most of New York City here. Let's see. Visualizes heat source distribution, allows anyone to see in the dark. Flameworks can be seen when used. And what they don't tell you is trip sensors as well. Like the tripwires that are hooked up to that Semtex that'll blow up the whole ship. Jesus Christ, it still hurts my eyes though. Okay, now let's get the hell out of here. Is there no way to go faster? No, there isn't. Oh my god, this is slow. There we go. Our first little bit of ammo. So the PS3 controller continues something that the PS2 controller had, which is pressure sensitivity. So if you hold down, like in this case the square button is to fire like this. If you let it go quickly, it'll obviously fire the shot like it's supposed to. But if you depress it very slowly, if you let the pressure on from your finger on the button go very slowly, lightly, you won't shoot. It's a nice little feature that a few PS2 games I played took advantage of. I think even Grand Theft Auto San Andreas had it. Like if you hit the X button harder, you would actually hit the gas pedal harder and the cars would go faster. That kind of thing. Alright, this is my actual last save, I gotta go. Let's see if we hear anything else.
Time to save? Do you know the saying, one forgets the hurt once the wound is healed? And that, of course, means, where'd I put that piece of paper?
Did you say something?
No, nothing. Forgetting the pain when the wound's healed means, that you have to get better fast. Yeah, that's it. So stock up on those rations and bandages.
Is that really all it means?
Hey, I'm the expert here.
Oh, shit!
He didn't know shit about what he's talking about. I haven't counted how many times we've saved. But I think we're getting close to a dozen, where the Easter egg I'm looking for finally pops. But that'll be for next stream. I've only gotten, a few saves here, and I gotta get going for now, so... I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, for another stream, and then we'll hopefully hear him... Well, we'll hear the Easter egg we're supposed to hear, once we've saved enough times. I'll keep trying to save between each room to make sure we don't miss it. Don't want to progress the story too far, because then the Easter egg becomes unavailable. But, yeah, that's it for now. I'll just go back to the main menu. Oh, there is no way to. Not yet, not at this point in the game. Actually, even later in the game, you have to use certain points. You can't just do it anywhere. Shit, that sucks. I'll just do this then. I guess this is a very janky ass way to go back to the main menu, but that's how I wanted to sign off the streams. That's how I usually do it. So I'll just quit game and then relaunch it or whatever. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you all very much for watching. I might as well just, do my little outro while I'm loading this back up. But I appreciate the support on Twitch and YouTube. Hold on. Oh, feels good to get a good stretch in. Anyway, I appreciate the support as always on Twitch and YouTube and wherever you choose to watch and enjoy this. This disaster that I call a stream. And yeah, as always, please, look after yourselves, look after each other, stay safe out there, and until next time, please have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. And until next time, well, or rather, I will see you then, because, I was thinking if I had something else to say, but no. No, I pretty much got all my commentary on the prologue done, so yeah. Until next time, everybody, take care. Where's the little button there? There it is. Alright, bye everyone.